Good morning, everyone. We're going to ask everyone if they would please find their seats quickly as we are about to begin our program. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. I am Dr. Scott Cumberbatch. I'm Supervisor of Humanities at the STEM Academy here at PCTVS. It is my great pleasure and honor to welcome to the podium at this time one who is no stranger to this community, Ms. Kathy Pagano, who is one of our advisors and one of our advisors for our Patriotic Committee here at PCTVS. Let's give her a hand as she comes at this time.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome. This morning, we are here to remember the fateful day of December 7th, 1941. And without further ado, we're going to bring forth our color guard from the ROTC. We're going to have Cody and Mateo come up for our flag salute, and we also have our vocal technique students and Jillian Troiano playing for our national anthem. So we ask you to please rise.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Each year we gather to remember. The impact of Pearl Harbor still remains on our history to this day. When visitors go to Pearl Harbor to see the memorials, when we see so many different things within our community and recognize the value of our freedom. So with that, we're going to begin first with a little historical background from our Boys and Girls State students in a short video of remembering Pearl Harbor.
Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan. The United States was at peace with that nation, and at the solicitation of Japan, was still in conversation with its government and its emperor, looking toward the maintenance of peace in the Pacific. The attack yesterday on the Hawaiian Islands has caused severe damage to American naval and military forces. I regret to tell you that very many American lives have been lost. In addition, American ships have been reported torpedoed on the high seas between San Francisco and Honolulu. As Commander-in-Chief of the Army and Navy, I have directed that all measures be taken for our defense, but always will our whole nation remember the character of the onslaught against us. No matter how long it may take us to overcome this premeditated invasion, the American people in their righteous might will win through to absolute victory.
December 7th, 1941, 84 years ago. Why should we remember it? It was the first time an American military base was attacked. The shock of the event rippled across America, much like that of the 9/11 attack.
The American public united in support of entry into World War II. For so many, our daily lives changed. We did everything we could in support of our troops throughout the war.
But as time passes, the history of the attack on Pearl Harbor is being forgotten. Very few Pearl Harbor survivors are still alive. Today, we at PCTVS remember and wish to provide you with some factual information about that devastating day.
The attack on Pearl Harbor came in two waves. The first began at 7:40 a.m. with Japanese planes arriving in Oahu. The attack on U.S. battleships began at 7:55 a.m.
By 8:10, the USS Arizona was hit. Within just 7 minutes, the Arizona sank. 1,177 sailors became entombed there. The flames from the fuel surrounded the ship, making it virtually impossible to rescue them.
The second wave began at 8:54 a.m., and by 10 a.m., 324 Japanese planes were returning to their ships. Battleship Row was left in ruins. In total, 2,404 military personnel and civilians were killed.
Today, the USS Arizona is one of the most visited sites in Pearl Harbor. More than 44 survivors have chosen to be buried with their fallen brothers. When I went to visit the Pearl Harbor historic sites, I was only in 5th grade. Even at such a young age, it didn't take me long to understand the significance of each preserved artifact that I was seeing. Getting to see multiple weapons and ships that were used or impacted by the attack on Pearl Harbor was not only fascinating, but pride-inducing as an American. The opening into the memorial inside the Arizona, where you can actually see the debris of the ship, was extremely surreal and solemn. It was encouraging to know that America did its very best to avenge the lives lost not just in Pearl Harbor, but throughout the rest of the war. By remembering these fallen soldiers through these memorials, we are able to show that Americans rallied together, supported our soldiers, and fought for the ultimate goal of liberty for all during World War II.
Even as we see the oily Arizona tears resting on the harbor waters today, we understand that the events of that fateful day are embedded in our history forever. And so, regardless of the passage of time, we, as Americans, must never forget that day, a day which will live in infamy, December 7th, 1941.
We now have a very special presentation put together by the History Club and Rho Kappa, and I'd like to thank Tiffany Henry, Melissa Silva, and Norma Flores as the students will come forth and provide you some personal accounts. Students?
Behind every date in a textbook, there were real people. Mothers, sailors, children, and workers. Young soldiers not much older than us.
On December 7th, 1941, the calm of a Sunday morning was broken in an instant. In less than 2 hours, thousands of lives were changed forever.
The voices you are about to hear are not imagined. They are the actual words of those who lived through the attacks.
We speak them today so we do not forget what they saw, what they feared, and what they carried long after the smoke cleared.
The Japanese attack started at 7:55 a.m. The concussion of the blast blew the three of us off the landing and into a prickly cactus plant. We could see men being blown off the decks and into the harbor. The Arizona went up in flames. The heat was so intense, we could feel it from hundreds of yards away.
Men were screaming in the oil and fire. I pulled 3 out before the heat drove me back. I can still smell the burning. Bodies everywhere. Some burned beyond recognition. We just kept working. There wasn't time to think.
There's a large flight of planes coming in from the north, 3 points east. They thought it was a flight of B-17s. 10 minutes later, smoke was rising from the harbor.
Casualties came pouring in. Burns, shrapnel wounds, shock. We were running out of everything. I tore bed sheets for bandages. If they attacked again, we couldn't have stopped them.
We sat here smugly satisfied that nothing could happen to Oahu. Well, something went wrong somewhere, evidently. The sound of sirens and smoke stayed with us all day.
Mama pulled me under the bed. We heard planes and loud pops. The sky was black. I thought the world was ending.
When the explosions finally stopped, the silence that followed was heavy. People across Hawaii looked at the sky, and they didn't know what would come next.
Some searched for family. Some searched for the wounded. Some simply tried to understand how life had changed in a single morning.
But all of them were marked by what they had seen.
Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a day which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked. No matter how long it will take for us to recover from this premeditated invasion, the American people will win with absolute victory.
Honolulu burns. Battleships sunk. Hospitals overflowing. the people of Hawaii stand united.
Don't worry about me, Mom. We're angry, but we're ready.
These are the voices of Pearl Harbor, caught in a moment that reshaped the world.
When we speak their words, we carry their memories. When we remember their stories, we honor their courage.
And when we reflect on their sacrifice, we remind ourselves why history matters.
We will now have a beautiful piece of music and dance, honoring all those lives lost. Paio Jus. We continue on. We will now have our flag passing ceremony provided to us by the ROTC. Chief Santiago, please come forward with the ROTC members.
I am the flag of the United States of America. My name is Old Glory. I fly atop the world's tallest buildings. I stand watch in America's halls of justice. I fly majestically over great institutions of learning. I stand guard with the greatest military power in the world. Look up and see me. I stand for peace, honor, truth, and justice. I stand for freedom. I am confident. I am arrogant. I am proud. When I'm flown with my fellow banners, my head is a little higher. My colors are a little truer. I bow to no one. I am recognized all over the world. I am worshiped. I am saluted. I am respected. I am revered. I am loved. And I am feared. For more than 200 years, I have fought in every battle of every war. Gettysburg, Shiloh, Appomattox, San Juan Hill, the trenches of France, the Aragon Forest, Anizo, Rome, the beaches of Normandy, the jungles of Guam, Okinawa, Tarawa, Korea, Vietnam, and in the heat of the Persian Gulf, and a score of other places. Long forgotten by all, but for those who were there with me, I was there. I led my sailors, Marines, and soldiers. I followed them. I watched over them. They loved me. I was on a small hill on Iwo Jima. I was dirty, battle-torn, and tired. But my sailors and Marines cheered me. I was proud. I have been soiled, burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of countries that I helped set free. It does not hurt, for I am invincible. I have also been soiled, burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of my own country. And when it is done by those who I have served in battle, it hurts. But I shall overcome, for I am strong. I have slipped the surly bounds of the earth, and from my vantage point on the moon, I stand watch over the new frontiers of space. I have been silent witness to all of America's finest hours, but my finest hour comes when I'm torn into strips to be used as bandages for my wounded comrades on the field of battle. Or when I fly at half-mast to honor my soldiers, sailors, and Marines. Or when I lie in the trembling arms of a grieving mother at the gravesite of her fallen son or daughter. I am proud. My name is O Glory. Long may I wave. Dear God, long may I wave.
My lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA.
We now move on to a very special portion of the program. For those of you who were with us in November, you knew that we had taken a moment to honor Gold Star family. And we're proud to say that Richard, member of the family, is with us on staff, so he's here with us today. But we are also very proud today to introduce you to two new Gold Star families. Not new to our school in some cases, but in some way they're connected to us, to kind of show you, the students, the value of the freedom that's been sacrificed. Their lives have been sacrificed for us. It is with a tremendous honor and privilege that I get to speak with these people today and present them. So I would like you first to welcome, with cold heart, the family of Christian Buenos Caldas, who graduated from Tech, a student of mine, who, when I think of the sacrifice that he made for us, it brings to home why we do these programs. And I would ask the family members to please stand. We have a presentation for you that we'd like to present to you. So if you could stand, please. I see them in the audience, his sister and his nephew. Our second presentation goes to the Perilla family. Nina and Shirley have been here before when we had Wreaths Across America. Their son, Brian, was killed in action, and they too are part of our family because the sacrifice from Passaic County was great. And as some of you had seen last May, we've lost 13 individuals from our county for the war on terror. So I now would like to present to them, Shirley and Nina. Can you just please stand? Thank you. I'm sorry. Nino and Shirley's son, Brian, was killed in action, and you can read on the screen. And they came when we had our Wreaths Across America convoy come through, and we met at that time, and I'm very happy that they were able to join us today. From West Milford, they're part of our community. They're part of who we are. But it's also a part of our memories now to the students in the audience, that you understand that the cost of freedom is very high, and the families live it every day. And Richard's here He lost his brother. He's a staff member here. Some of you know him, Richard Robolowski, and it brings tears to our heart because this is where the spirit comes from. This is what it means, because their families are impacted every day for losing their loved one. And that's a very difficult thing. And we need to be grateful and show honor and tribute to them for what they sacrificed every day. So we are grateful that you came. We're grateful that you're with us. And you all have homes here, always. Thank you. As a part of our continued tribute, we, as you well know, have established the initiative, excuse me one second, established the initiative 7 years ago to start Wreaths Across America. And the endeavor at the time has now blown into a very, very large, well-recognized organization and tribute. I would like to make a few announcements, and today, in commemoration of our upcoming event, tomorrow we place all of the grave markers. At the moment, we're looking at as you can see from there, 4,931 individuals. We have raised enough, tentatively, for 4,732, which is phenomenal. And even though we know that it doesn't necessarily meet the number, I can tell you, having been there, with the situation the way it is, and those that are in the mausoleum, because we cannot, based on space there logistically, it's only grave specific that are placed there, we will be able to place a wreath on all of the graves interred in the ground, which is a truly amazing accomplishment. And I want to just let you know that's not an easy feat, and to say the least, my thanks goes out, and I know from the team and everybody who supports us, the thanks goes out to our Board of Education, our Ed Foundation, who truly support us 100%. And it's beautiful on all of the things that they can actually do and help us with in so many different ways. And for those that attend the service on the 13th of December, you see the support that we have. We have many student organizations, and I wanted to take a moment just to let the students, as well as the staff, know what's going on, and our veterans to know that the support for patriotism runs very deep here. And at this time, I would like to honor the PCTI National Honor Society, because in their efforts, they were able to raise $4,346. So, Keeper, if you could kindly come up on behalf of you and Nick Baldino, I'd like to present this certificate to you. And I also would like to call up Owen Alway, because as a part of the Honor Society, the young man raised $3,009 all by himself. And last but not least, we also have Student Council Interact. Rachel, if she's still here, if not, keep her. They raised $988.53. So it's very commendable. Thank you so much. All the student organizations are very supportive in their own ways, whether they come to volunteer or whether they are there with us through moral and spirit for everything that we might need or do. So we are truly grateful and humbly thank all of the students, all of the staff who have participated in our Jeans Day. Thank you to the Board of Education, Mr. Kasha. We appreciate Mr. Sabas for our Board of Education support, and the Ed Foundation for their additional support. And we also know that our veterans group here sitting in the audience, many of them have donated very graciously. So with that, I wanted to bring up George a moment, because George wanted to present something very quickly. George Vanderwall is the president or commander of Post 428 in North Halden. He asked to have a moment. For some of you that know, in this task of raising, we do have an opportunity, maybe, we never know, we won't know until next Saturday, if there's a matching fund. But George is thinking ahead, so he wanted to make the announcement from his post.
You saw the figures that were on the board on the screen there, how many wreaths were, how much, we're short a couple hundred wreaths because we got almost 5,000 deceased veterans in Holy Sepulchre Cemetery. So we're going to start it off like we did last year. And I got an envelope here for Kathy Pagano. See, if you buy wreaths early in January, next month, if you buy 10 wreaths for $170, next year in December 2026, you get double the amount, correct, Kathy?
Yes.
So my post, North Haledon Memorial Post 428, last year we bought 60. And we're buying 65 wreaths the first week in January for $1,105. And in next December 2026, we get double the amount. We get 130 wreaths. So it's like a 2-for-1 thing. Also, members of Post 428, we have Mike and Elizabeth Barr. They bought 10 wreaths, and they will get 20 wreaths for Holy Sepulchre Cemetery. And that is Mike and Elizabeth Barr. And also, Arthur and Vicky Carucci, they donated $170 also for 10 wreaths, and they will receive 20 wreaths next December. This is all done in advance because we want to meet the goal of 5,000 wreaths at Holy Sepulchre next year this time.
Thank you, George. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
It is a year-long project, we will say that. Thank you very much. We definitely work at this all year long, and it's a beautiful presentation and certainly something worthwhile and commemorative for those volunteers, because I know we have a lot of students that are coming next week to assist us. As we conclude our program, we now will have a beautiful singing of the Carol of the Bells.
Sweet silver bells all seem to say, throw cares away. Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old, meek and the bold. Ding dong, that is their song with joyful ring, all caroling. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how they pound, raising their sound, while up day, telling its own. Daily they ring while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Ding dong, that is a song with joyful ring, all Christmas. Ding dong. Ding dong. Sweet silver bells all seem to sing, throw cares away. Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old, meek and the bold. Ding dong, ding dong, ring, all caroling. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how they pound, raising the sound, while they telling a tale. Daily they ring while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Ding dong, ding dong, ring. Ding dong, ding dong, ding
This concludes our Pearl Harbor Day program. As you leave, I hope you have been touched with your heart for the importance of the day on Sunday, but also in this holiday spirit of appreciating all the many blessings that we do have. May you have a joyous holiday season. I'd now turn it over to Mr. DeGeis, who will provide, and I'm thankful of our guests for being here today. We truly appreciate it from the bottom of our heart for your time, your attention, and always for your support. Matt, go ahead.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you, as always, for being such an attentive and captive audience. This could not happen without you, and I want to especially thank our veterans for being here, because without you, we would not be here in general. At this time, we are going to dismiss the right side of the auditorium, starting with the STEM students, as well as the PCTI students in the back.